EAU TV Eau Claire. This is NewsCenter 13 at 5 with Judy Clark. And weather with meteorologist Don Moldenhauer.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Our Town Bloomer. In this half hour, we'll be talking to the mayor of this fine city to find out about why our town is such a special place. And we'll talk with the organizer of one of the events that helped bring Bloomer national recognition. We also brought Don along to tell us how long this cold spell will last. But first, we'll return to the studio where John Freud is standing by with the day's news. John?
Thank you, Judy. Closing arguments have begun in the Reginald Denny beating trial in Los Angeles. Earlier, the jurors got their final instructions in the case against two black men accused of attacking Denny, a white truck driver. The attack on Denny came at the outset of the Los Angeles riots. The judge said the jury may convict or acquit defendant Damian Williams of attempted murder, but may not consider a lesser charge of assault. That's the way Williams' lawyers wanted it. The jury may consider the lesser assault charge against the other defendant, Henry Watson. Hillary Clinton is getting good reviews after her first formal pitch for congressional support of the president's health care proposals. Mrs. Clinton became only the third First Lady to testify before Congress when she went before the House Ways and Means Committee today. She urged lawmakers to move quickly to adopt a health care system repair plan.
I'm here as a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a woman. I'm here as an American citizen, concerned about the health of her family and the health of her nation. Like so many Americans, I have seen firsthand the strengths of our healthcare system as well as its frailties.
The First Lady will be attending several House hearings on health care throughout the week. The House is going along with the Senate on the controversial issue of gays in the military. House members adopted a measure identical to one approved earlier by the Senate. It goes beyond President Clinton's policy of don't ask, don't tell, don't pursue. The measure writes into law that homosexual conduct is incompatible with military service.
The question is whether people who are entirely well-behaved, no one here argues for the right of anyone to misbehave, but whether people who are entirely well-behaved will, by being honest about themselves, cause a problem.
We've had a long string of people who have no military experience whatsoever, but they sure have experience in some other areas. To have this House lectured about well-behaved homosexuals, when in the 17 years that I've been on this Hill, I've only known in either chamber two openly homosexual people.
Lawmakers did defeat a measure rejecting an amendment that would have reinstated the policy of questioning recruits about their sexual orientation. Another senator touched by the Keating 5 savings and loan scandal is quitting. Michigan Democrat Donald Regal says he won't seek a fourth term next year. He said he wants to spend more time with his family and do more work on health care. In a Senate speech this morning, Regal made no mention of the Keating 5 scandal and said he's confident he would have been re-elected. Regal was one of 5 senators accused of asking Charles Keating for campaign money while helping him with the federal savings and loan regulators. Wisconsin's dog track owners will be back in Madison next month looking for legislative help to stay in business, but their approach is a bit different this time. The racetracks still want a bigger percentage of racing bets, and they're looking for the same tax breaks as they did last spring, but they're separated a request for unlimited broadcasting of out-of-state races into another bill. From Milladore, the lengthy dispute over water quality is apparently over. Defense attorney Robert Kreischock said a $400,000 settlement has been reached, averting a trial scheduled for January. 14 people filed suit in 1991 after excessive levels of a petroleum product was found in their groundwater. And the state building inspector says the elementary school in Stratford is back in compliance with safety standards. About 350 students were evacuated from Stratford Elementary last week after federal inspectors determined emergency exits to the building were inadequate. A Thorpe dairy plant will pay over $5,000 to settle state allegations that it falsified milk test results. An agreement signed by the Clark County District Attorney calls for LeGrander's Dairy to pay forfeitures and costs totaling $5,400. Last May, the state agriculture department said the dairy rigged results of bacteria tests. Under the agreement, test results will be shipped from the lab directly to the state agriculture department instead of through the dairy. Still to come at 5, we'll rejoin Judy Clark and Bloomer for a look at the Main Street Cafe. And the city's mayor, Randy Summerfield, talks about the community of 3800.
Your window of opportunity is closing fast, but if you hurry, you can still get closeout savings on every 1993 Buick that remains. Plus $750 factory cash back on Buick Century, $1,000 on Buick Park Avenue. And now with the arrival of the 94s, a new window is opening. Test drive Buick LeSabre, this area's best seller, now with dual airbags and anti-lock brakes standard. Buick, the symbol for quality, driving value home.
Kirkwood's IGA in our town is your full-line grocery store with hometown friendly service. They have the freshest produce in town, along with the finest cuts of meat.
Yeah.
Plus, there's delicious food at their full-service deli, and you can get the latest releases in their video department. For the best prices every day and service second to none, you'll find it at Kirkwood's IGA.
Hometown proud, America IGA.
We represent the best names in the business.
The E.O. Johnson Company.
Wausau and Eau Claire.
Welcome to Valley Bank in our town, Bloomer. We take pride in offering more than traditional banking services. Valley Bank is pleased to offer a wide variety of retail and commercial products to help you secure your future. Our staff also believes in taking an active part in the future of Bloomer through our involvement in civic and local organizations. Valley Bank is proud to give back to the community that gives us so much. Stop in and meet us at Valley Bank. Our experienced and dedicated staff is ready to serve your banking needs.
All feet are not created equal. That's why Mason Shoe carries sizes 4 to 16, AA to quadruple E. Shop Mason Shoe. That's the long and short of it.
Welcome back, everyone, to our town, Bloomer. Almost any small town tries to stake its claim to fame to set it apart from the rest. In Bloomer, there's the rope jumping contest and, of course, the now famous Main Street Cafe pies. But as NewsCenter 13 photographer Greg Halverson found out, there is much more to Bloomer than meets the pie.
Born and raised in Bloomer, so I've lived here all my life, 39 years. My great-great-grandfather come to Bloomer back in the late 1800s. Bloomer has a lot of characteristics of a lot of other small towns, but the people are really what sets the town apart and makes it special. No, there's a little bit of everybody here. One main thing that we all have is we try to make Bloomer the best town around, and we all work together doing that. We come along with the saying about a little over a year ago, and don't forget to leave room for the pie, and that's caught on quite well. These little things, we try little things, and some things catch on, some things don't. You have to give people a reason to be here. Overall, excellent community. You know, people working together for one goal to make Bloomer look good and to be the best that we can be. And you know, always proud to say you're from Bloomer. Never. Bad day when you don't say you're not proud to say you're from Bloomer.
And that's one thing that's evident in the city of 3800, the pride of its residents and business community. And now with us is one person who helps instill that pride in many people and by helping to run the city, Randy Summerfield, the mayor of Bloomer. Thanks for being with us today. In this cold weather. I guess Bloomer is known as the gateway to the great Wisconsin Northland, and there are a number of small towns in northwest Wisconsin, but what sets Bloomer apart from the rest?
Bloomer has always been a very nice, clean town. It's you walk down the street and everybody you meet smiles. It's right on Highway 53. It's very easily accessed for businesses. Again, the streets, everything has always been kept very clean. It's just a nice, very pleasant place to be.
I guess I grew up around this area, and one of the things that you really catches your eye, and I guess is the friendly people. And the downtown, it was always nice to come here and shop downtown. I guess why in this day and age when downtowns are struggling to survive has this downtown stayed so vital?
Well, our small downtown stores have had their economic downs and everything too, but they've managed to survive, a lot of them by the longevity. They've been here a long time. They've also, they do try to cater to the special needs of the people, stuff that you maybe will not be able to get in Eau Claire. Just the service. You walk in, the first thing to do is smile, say hi, what can I do for you today, sort of thing. So that in itself is probably 50% of it.
What about the industry nowadays, as far as a lot of businesses and industry have had some problems and layoffs, and Bloomer's not immune to this, but what typically do you have to do to keep the industry and attract it?
Well, what we try to do, with the economic development that's been talked about quite broad in the last couple of years, we try to, not so much as bring in new business, but try to take care of the businesses we have, try to take care of the people's needs, the industry's needs. If there's something the city can do to help, we're not asking or saying we're going to be giving out money to everybody that comes along, but if there's just something that we can do to help, that's what we're here for.
As a businessman, you own a restaurant north of town, and I guess how do you describe the business climate?
We're very dependent upon the farms. Farming is, the price of milk fluctuates, so do our businesses, and bottom line is it's up to what the farms are doing and saying.
Are you able to mix that quite easily as far as the agricultural aspect and the industry and the retail?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We do have a number of industries in town, and they are all doing relatively well. Farming, the price of milk is not real high, but it's certainly survivable. And between the two, in retail, everybody really seems to get along well, and that's going good.
What do you say? What would you say is a priority right now in the city? What are you working on that you think is number one?
As far as city needs, we've got many things that need to be done that are big dollar items, but it's basically management through City Hall. And as far as industries, again, just hopefully retain the people that are here and keeping them here. And it does look good. Everything really, really does look like it's going to stay around for a long time.
Okay. And as far as in the future, what are you looking at?
We continue to look at businesses, anybody that's interested in coming into the area. We certainly, looking for buildings for places, for people that want to come in. As far as the home building is quite booming right now. We've got about 100 lots that are being developed in different parts of the city. Interest rates are down. It does make money a little more available. People are now building homes. It's more affordable. And they're locking them in for 7% over 30 years. And it's just something that hasn't happened for 25 years. And that's going to keep everything striving and growing.
And you find that people, when they're on their way through on Highway 53, that they do tend to stop in Bloomer?
Oh yeah, it's a place it's north. It's the first nice exit north of Eau Claire, where people don't want to be in the city traffic. They can stop in for gas, food, lodging, what have you. A lot of people do go through Bloomer on the way up on Highway 40, so they have to go through Bloomer. It's right through the downtown area. So it's going to be there forever, Bloomer is.
All right, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. And we'll be back to talk to Don about this rain in a little bit.
There are a lot of reasons why you see these stickers on cars and trucks all over the area. Come to Bloomer and find out why Southworth Chevrolet, Nielsen Ford Mercury, and Toyson Motors are names to remember. Between them, they have over 400 new and used cars and trucks featuring models from Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Eagle, Ford, Mercury, Chevrolet, and Geo. And these awards prove they're working hard to please you. So if you're shopping for a new car or truck, come to Bloomer and see Southworth Chevrolet, Nielsen Ford Mercury, and Toyson Motors.
When it comes to dealing with your financial matters, look to Bloomer Income Tax Service.
Bloomer Income Tax Service is much like Bloomer itself.
We're large enough to offer a wide variety of services.
Yet we're still small enough to offer personal service.
We're in step with the times and in recent years have added new services such as electronic filing and estate planning.
For tax preparation, electronic filing, accounting, estate planning, and more, see Bloomer Income Tax Service, here to help you in our town, Bloomer.
Bloomer and the surrounding Blue Diamond area is a growing and thriving community. It provides year-round recreation, quality education, and carries the support of business and industry. The Blue Diamond Family Practice Clinic in Bloomer is proud to be a part of this family-oriented community. Their staff of 4 physicians provide a full range of medical care. From pediatrics to geriatrics, they're there to serve you with quality, cost-conscious care for the entire family. A part of our town, the Blue Diamond Family Practice Clinic.
What do people say when they discover the taste of multigrain Cheerios?
Multigrain. Wouldn't like it.
It's interesting.
Gotta be heavy.
It's nice and light.
It'll be boring. Be like rocks and twigs. It's kind of sweet.
This is great stuff.
I like it.
4 different kinds of O's.
Toasted with a touch of brown sugar.
I tell you, I won't like it.
Discover the light,
crispy
taste of multigrain Cheerios.
What are you staring at? Go try it.
Well, we lucked out until just now.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it? What great timing. I step
the
up here.
The meteorologist steps in and
Sky opens up. Yeah.
gale force winds.
It's raining in Bloomer, I can tell you that much right now. That's the weather report for tonight. We'll see some showers through the evening. Then the sky will clear out. It's already cold, so maybe some frost tonight across the area as well.
I heard 20 degrees possibly.
Some spots tonight, as the winds die down, could dip into the upper 20s, so the growing season may come to an end later on tonight as the cold air comes on in. To start things off tonight, we'll take a look at some statistics from Bloomer over the years. The coldest temperature that should read was back in January of 1977, 43 degrees below zero. The hottest, 103 degrees in August of 1964. And if you take all the rain and snow in an average year, that comes out to be 32 inches or so around Bloomer. The average snowfall by itself, about 49 inches. So plenty of snow up here, of course, during the winter months to do some snowmobiling. Well, hopefully no snow coming down right now across western Wisconsin. On NewsCenter radar, we have some showers showing up, as you can see right here, from up around Rice Lake back on off to the southeast around Neilsville, and these are tracking along to the southeast at about 30 miles per hour. They shouldn't last too long in any one location, then they move on through. Most of this is in the form of rain right now, but it wouldn't be out of the question to see 1 or 2 of these showers produce maybe a flurry or a little bit of sleet as well. Right now across western Wisconsin, we have some showers moving through. It's partly cloudy in Rice Lake at this hour with the temperature of 46. La Crosse partly sunny and 54. In Eau Claire 49 and partly sunny. The dew point 38. The relative humidity 66%. West wind at 13 and the barometer is rising. Satellite sequence shows the clouds wrapping around the storm system that's moving off to the east of us, just enough to give us those showers from time to time today. Those clouds will be breaking up as we go on through the night, and that is going to bring in those cool temperatures. That's why the National Weather Service has posted a freeze advisory across about the northern third of the state. This is from Eau Claire on up to the north, and that freeze advisory also extends into southeastern Minnesota, and a frost advisory is in effect for parts of South Dakota and Iowa. So cold night is on the way, and if your plants haven't been froze out yet, you might want to bring them on in or cover them up. For tomorrow, that weather system bringing us all the cold air will be right overhead. High pressure should punch a few holes in the clouds for us. And then as we go on into tomorrow night, we're going to see some cold temperatures. But there is a frontal system that's out to the west of us. As you can see, it is a warm front. And as that moves on into the area tomorrow night, late tomorrow night, it'll start to push the temperatures back up. And right now it looks like Thursday is going to be a pretty comfortable day. But again, some frost possible tonight and possibly once again tomorrow night before the temperatures start to rise. Here's a look at the forecast for the Coulee region tonight. Some evening sprinkles are possible. Otherwise clearing, some patchy frost later on. Low temperatures 32 to 37. For tomorrow on La Crosse, plenty of sunshine, but still chilly. High temperatures 49 to 54. For the Chippewa Valley tonight, a freeze advisory is in effect. The showers will end this evening. They could mix in with a flurry or two before they do so. Partly cloudy with 28 to 34 on the low temperatures. The winds will die down later on. Tomorrow, patchy clouds, breezy and cool once again with highs in the upper 40s. Things improve a little bit going on into Thursday. We should get up to about 60 with plenty of sunshine. A few showers possible with the next shot of cold air, falling temperatures from highs in the 50s on Friday. And on Saturday, it looks like we're going to be shooting for about 50 once again. And Judy, I'm just going to give up on the umbrella because it's going to blow us both off
Well,
here.
it didn't stop raining, but we now know you can do your forecast and hold an umbrella at the same time.
2 things at once. Pretty amazing.
And it is amazing. Well, thanks, Don.
Okay.
And we'll be back with more from our town Bloomer after this. Stay with us.
There are certain chores you would only ask a diesel to handle. That's about to change. Drivers of full-size pickups pretty much know what they're in for. That's about to change.
This and that and other things like high-quality name-brand furniture and unique consignment crafts are what you'll find this fall at This and That. Choose from St. Charles and Norwich sofas and sleepers, Stylecraft recliners, Englander bedding, Oakcraft dinettes, Wolfcraft, and Mapleton curios, entertainment centers, occasional tables by Heirloom and Stanwood, and many, many other local and name-brand craftsmen. Unique, high-quality crafts and furniture with your hometown low price is where it's at This and That in our town, Bloomer.
The Bloomer Farmers Union Co-op is your full-service fuel, fertilizer, and hardware store. Get ready for winter by having Cenex propane, fuel oil, or gas delivered to your home. Or make your fields the most productive by having Cenex fertilizer delivered to your farm. There's also a hardware store and shop repair for any supplies or fixing you might need done. Plus, when you purchase from Bloomer Co-op, you receive retired stock at year's end. A part of our town, Bloomer Farmers Union Co-op.
Welcome to Valley Bank in our town, Bloomer. We take pride in offering more than traditional banking services. Valley Bank is pleased to offer a wide variety of retail and commercial products to help you secure your future. Our staff also believes in taking an active part in the future of Bloomer through our involvement in civic and local organizations. Valley Bank is proud to give back to the community that gives us so much. Stop in and meet us at Valley Bank. Our experienced and dedicated staff is ready to serve your banking needs.
Watch Car Care Seminar on WEAU TV 13 Sunday mornings at 10:30.
Flood relief for victims in the Midwest have come from many different sources, and now Bloomer children are getting into the act. Students at Bloomer Middle School are involved in a penny war to raise money for the adopted city of Hartsburg, Missouri. Each grade competes to see who can donate the most pennies. The winner gets to leave study hall and go to Dairy Queen for a treat. Many students got money from their parents or allowance, but many came across their pennies in creative ways.
Well, I get paid $5 for cutting the grass and stuff, and sometimes I'll ask for like quarters and stuff, and I'll get some pennies.
I go downstairs and I go on the washing machine. There's a bunch of money from the pockets, and I just pick that up and I bring it here.
We had a representative from the Women's Club that spoke to the student council, and they, through their leadership, they took it to their groups that they represent, and they've really been active on their own. There's a little element of competition there, and they're all working very hard, it seems.
The Bloomer Women's Club has already raised nearly $9,000 for Hartsburg so far. The students raised nearly $800 in just 1 week, and that money will also go towards the Hartsburg relief effort, which ends October 1st. Well, as we've mentioned before, one of Bloomer's claims to fame is the World Rope Jumping Contest. It is, after all, the rope jumping capital of the world. Every January, hundreds of students gather in Bloomer to jump their stuff, and next year will be the 34th annual championship. Today, Marianne Gumness joins us along with her daughter Megan, who we'll get to in a little bit. And Marianne is the director of the Swing and Safari Rope Jump Group in Bloomer, and thanks for being with us today. I guess, first of all, 34 years is a long time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of the rope jump contest?
Well, most people know that Wally Mormon started it 34 years ago, and just to get the kids interested in another area for physical education, because he was the Phi Ed teacher, and they weren't too interested in it at first, but he went home and thought about it a little bit and thought, well, everybody's got competition for all the sports, and why not for jumping rope? So then he started having them jump in their Phi Ed classes, and pretty soon, well, I want to beat so-and-so. So he started jumping against that one. Then the next class wanted to beat the one in the class before, so pretty soon it just grew and grew. And the very first contest they held in the gym had 90 jumpers and 50 people showing up to watch, and it certainly switched roles since then.
Well, how has it grown? What is it like now?
Well, the gym holds around, it's like around 1,300 or 1,500, and then we have to narrow it down to 60 jumpers approximately total, so we can only have that many.
I see. And your family has played a big part, or a big role in this legacy, I guess. And you were a morning before, and tell us a little bit about that, your brother Paul especially.
Well, Paul has held the world record since about 1978 with his 72 jumps in 10 seconds. He did hold the record before that, too, with 63 and then 68. And he still is jumping to this day, but even at his 30 years old, and he's just really got the style and the power to do it. So.
And he was on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Yes, he was on Real People and Johnny Carson both.
Okay, was that media surprising, the media attention?
I guess in a way we've had a lot of coverage from local TV stations, but for that one, that was really a big plus for the family. We really got a big kick out of it. So I don't know if it was so surprising, but it was very nice. So.
And you yourself jump?
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit.
Get used to it, and not so much anymore, but.
Okay, now we do have a little treat here. Megan, your daughter, is 10 years old, and she has had some success in rope jumping.
She won first place when she was in second grade with 46 jumps, and I jumped in the adult division that year also, which was 3 years ago, and I tied her with 46 jumps. I was so proud of myself. When I was in 8th grade, I had 48, and I took second place. So the scores of the jumpers have really increased over the years. And now being in 5th grade, she had 50 jumps last year. So she's improving herself every year a little bit too.
Okay, and I think we have, she's standing over there on the sidewalk. So if we can have her jump a little bit, demonstrate, there she goes. Oh, she's a little cold, and I don't blame her because it is really cold out here. But you have to jump in 10 seconds. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And I guess I want to know how you can count that many jumps.
Well, I have been a counter at our semifinals, and the best thing to do is we have scorecards, and we mark a dot on the scorecard for every set of 10s. Plus I count with my mouth and in my mind, and we also listen to the tick of the rope. And all these things together help, and you have to go by 10s, because once you get to the 20s and 30s, you can't count 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20 because it just gets too much. So you count by 10s, and then you know, if you're on 4 and you have 4 dots, that's 44 jumps. So you have to kind of go like that, because once you get a jumper like Paul, that's going pretty fast, and you get messed up, you're going to lose your counts pretty quick.
And the next rope jump contest is in January, and that is the 34th year.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us, Marianne. We appreciate it, and Megan too. And this will do it for us here in Bloomer, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us. We hope we gave you a little glimpse of what Bloomer is like, and we'll go back to John after this.
Quality and value make your Ford dealer #1. Right now, 5 of the top 10 best-selling vehicles in America are Fords. Like Ford Taurus, the #1 selling car in America. Ford F-Series, the #1 selling truck in America. Ford Explorer, Ford Ranger, and Ford Escort, each #1 in their class. Hurry in now for final clearance deals on remaining 93s. See your local Northland Ford dealer today and see why quality and value make your Ford dealer #1.
Welcome to our town, Bloomer. The North Industrial Park, located in the city, provides jobs for Bloomer residents and the surrounding area. Plus, the city has about 35 acres available for new industry in this area. Bloomer owns and operates its own utilities with some of the lowest rates in the state. And Bloomer and the surrounding townships have on-call service 24 hours a day with their police, ambulance, and fire departments. Bloomer, it's a great place to live and work.
Once upon a time, Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor doggie a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and the dog thought, you better hurry to the stock-up sale at Duke's. This week, save with tasty deals on Alaskan pollock fillets, G&P chicken breast quarters, Lewis Rich turkey bologna or turkey franks, and farmstead bacon, all for 99 cents a pound. Buy 2 2-liter bottles of Coke products and get 1 free with in-store coupon. Live happily ever after at Duke's stock-up sale.
For 300 years, these men and these horses trained for war. Now, they do ballet. Kind of gives you hope for the world, doesn't it? The Royal Lipizzaner Stallions.
Thursday and Friday, WL Zorn Arena.
Elk Mound residents are at the polls today deciding on a school operating referendum. Coming up on NewsCenter 13 at 6 tonight, we'll have more on the vote that became necessary under a new state law. Also at 6, a penny war at Bloomer schools to help flood victims at Hartsburg, Missouri. We'll talk to 2 Cuban educators visiting UW Stout on the situation in Cuba. These stories and more coming up at 6 on NewsCenter 13. Now here's NBC Nightly News.
President Clinton looks at Somalia and wonders about sending U.S. troops to Bosnia. Hillary Rodham Clinton takes to the Hill to sell the administration health plan. And on America Close Up tonight, solving illiteracy in the workplace.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Good evening. For a president, there is no more difficult decision than sending American troops into harm's way, however just the cause. And tonight, President Clinton is looking at the lessons of Somalia as he struggles with the role of American troops that they may play in keeping peace in